In this chapter, we're going to talk about providing value to your clients through the automated emails that we have to offer in Wellness Living. So in this chapter, we'll be covering the following topics. Review the marketing templates available and how they're used by businesses. Setting up multiple marketing templates based on send rules. Include special offers for your clients, such as discount code, special purchase options, special anniversaries, flexibility to subscribe or unsubscribe to different types of marketing materials from the business, and how to utilize custom email templates in the software. So with this, there are a few questions that we want to ask ourselves, right? So first of all is, what type of email would motivate your prospects to sign up? What would your members appreciate getting in their inbox every week? Value means different things to different contexts, so segment out your email list. For starters, you should have one email list for prospects and one for members, and these can be done through client groups in the system. From there, you can break it down even further with specific lists for your members who frequently use different services. What we want to do here is getting specific and then offering those people something they'll appreciate. For prospects, you can offer them exclusive discounts or more information about your club. Members, on the other hand, might appreciate regular updates and a special congrats on their anniversary with your business, or even specific purchase options such as memberships or session passes just for members only. Now, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual system of what we have to offer in terms of providing value. And here we're on the automated marketing templates page. And to remind you how to get here, we're going to go to the app drawer. And from the app drawer, click on marketing. And if marketing isn't already on this app drawer, you can always go to view all to locate marketing under the M section. So over here, let's go ahead and review the various types of automated marketing templates that we have to offer in Wellness Living, and we can give you a quick summary of what each of these do. Now, lead capture we've already taken a look at, so obviously that is for our prospects that have filled out the lead capture forms, or we filled them out as a lead through as a staff. So we're not going to look at that right now. Let's go ahead and look at the other one. So if I scroll down, you can see there's various sections here. So we have class announcement, event announcement, purchase campaign, client retention, visit campaign, and client win back. So let me go ahead and go through the first one first. So class announcement. So if you go ahead and create a new class announcement, and I will read this verbatim under the I section here. With class announcement, you can bring awareness to clients automatically after scheduling a new class. Class announcement will allow you to select specific client types or groups to create a target tailored notification. Class announcement is a fantastic way to draw in new and existing customers to your newly added classes. So this would be great. Let's say maybe you've added a brand new class, or maybe even scheduled additional sessions that maybe the class previously didn't have. If you've had this set up, then it'll automatically send out a notification to your clients to let them know, hey, we do have a new class. So they're made aware of it. And again, it's one of those things where it's like once you've set it up, you kind of don't need to remember to be like, oh, hey, every time I scheduled a new class, I have to go and send this to let my clients know. Because you set it up, the system will send it for you if it meets that requirement. So let's take a look at the one that I already have. I'm going to go into the template here to edit this template. So here we have the class announcement template that I've created before. We have the template name, so I just named it as any new class scheduled because I don't have it for a specific class. Obviously, when we go down further in the settings, we can see that we can make these per specific class type if we wanted to. We have a description that we can edit if we wanted to, but that's what I have for now. And then we have the email send rule. So send notification after class was scheduled. I can type in a number, so that's free form typing, just a number in there. And then in the drop down, we have minute, hour, or day. So we can tell the system when to send this out based on X amount of minutes, hours, or days after the class was newly scheduled on our system. Underneath, just with any other templates that we have, we can send it to only specific client types if we wanted to, or send only to specific client groups if we wanted to, because maybe let's say this class was only accessible to members only, so there wasn't really a point for us to send it to prospects, right? Maybe that's something the business wants to cater only to members. So maybe I can go to, hey, you know what? Let me go to client types, and let's say I only want to send it to, let's say, any of my active members, gold members, so on and so forth. So I can set that up if I wanted to. And again, if that is turned off, it means that it's going to go to everybody regardless of client type. So we don't have to specifically turn that on or anything like that. And then coming down, just like with any templates, we have the from name, from email address, the send CC or BCC if we want to set that up, the subject line. So keeping in mind, we talked about this before, right? Make sure that this is something that stands out to your clients so they know when they get this email, that's the subject line they're going to see. So we have that, and then the email variables pertaining to this specific class announcement template. Okay, again, remember that email variables only use the ones that are displayed on that template because not every variable can be applied to any other templates in the system. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then obviously we have the actual default template in here already. Like previously mentioned, you can edit this as much as you want. If maybe you already have a template that you've designed outside of Wellness Living, but you want to bring that specific design in here, we can go actually into the source code here, which is these two arrows. You can actually remove all of this because keep in mind, this is HTML source coding, right? So if you already have a design outside of Wellness Living and you want to use for this, you can just go ahead and come to source code, remove all of this, and do a quick paste in here with a design that you've done outside of Wellness Living. So that's something that's doable as well. So that is a class announcement template. Okay, so let me come back out. The next one we'll take a look at is event announcement. So very similar to class announcement, this is just pertaining to the events that we schedule. So I'm not going to go into too much detail with this because it's pretty much the same concept as a class announcement, just that now if we schedule new events, the clients will go ahead and get notified to let them know, hey, we have a new event coming up, so that people are made aware. Again, they can know, hey, I have to go and sign up. I'm interested, right? So we have the event announcement here. So next, let's go ahead and take a look at the purchase campaign. So under here, we have two options here actually. So there's two different types of templates we can set up under purchase campaign. The first one is purchase option campaign, and the second one is for product campaign. So as clear as day, one is for when you have purchase options that let's say such as your packages, your memberships, or your session passes that you want to campaign it out to your clients versus maybe a new product that you want to go ahead and maybe market a little bit more. So if I hover over again, the I verbatim purchase option campaign is sent to the clients after they have purchased a purchase option in the online store. And then for product campaign is sent to the client after they have purchased a product in the online store. So for these ones, if I just go in and add, let's take a look at how that looks. So here I'm in the purchase option campaign template, and very similarly, what we saw before, template name, description, so on and so forth are all there. We have our email send rules. Send, again, we can type in a specific amount, right? Maybe 1 day or 2 days. Right, so you can see that this one is specifically just for days, okay? After client purchases, so because this is for a purchase option, if I click on the drop down, you would essentially see all your passes and all your memberships or packages that you have set up in the system for you to select from. So right, hey, when they buy this, I want this specific template to send it out. So I have here $20 off Olympic lifting class, 1 hour class. I'm gonna go ahead and leave this as is because after they purchase this, I wanna send them a little something just to give them a reminder. Great, I had this. We also have an extra option here to say stop sending this email when client makes any new purchases. So maybe you don't want them to continuously get these kind of emails. Maybe like as a one-off thing, right? Again, it's kind of being mindful of, sending maybe too many emails to your clients. It really depends on, how much your clients purchase and whatnot. Maybe you don't want to continuously send them all these emails because they may not like that feeling of getting multiple emails from the same business time and time again, right? So we have that option there for you. And then coming down, I have an example here as a use case, right? Let's say they purchased the Olympic lifting. Maybe I want to send this to them because I want to let them know like, hey, don't worry, just as a reminder, one of our coaches will be reaching out to you within the next 24 hours to set up a consultation and then your first session with them. Just as a reminder, right? Because maybe there are times where clients purchase something and you tell them something right there and then they might have forgotten. And then maybe when they get home, they feel like, oh, wait, what's supposed to be the next step? And now they've just purchased something, not really knowing what's going on afterwards. So then if we send them this nice little reminder, letting them know, hey, within the next 24 hours, somebody from our studio will be reaching out to you right? Hey, thanks for purchasing this. Kind of adds that little a nice reminder, a nice customization and personalization to that client to be like, hey, we didn't forget you, right? Thanks for your purchase. These things are upcoming for you. Great things are coming. So we do have the option to, again, set up the email templates as we wish to. And that's just one of many use cases that we can use this for. So let me just get back out of here. And then now coming down to the product campaign, very similar to the purchase option, except that this is just for when they purchase a product with you. So if I go add a new template here, so really the only difference is that where it says after client purchase, instead of displaying your membership, session passes, and your packages, it'll display all the products you have. So we have that there as well. A use case here could be maybe after they purchase a essential oil, maybe you want to give them instructions on how to use it, right? Maybe it's for diffusing, maybe it's for them to apply it maybe into their bath, or maybe they need to dilute it in order to apply it to their skin. These are great chances for you to give those extra additional instructions for your clients to follow up after they make a purchase through you. Okay, so let's go ahead and come back out. And let's continue on with the next set of not purchase campaigns, but let's go ahead and move on to the next set of templates that we have. So scrolling down, and we have client retention. So right now you see I've made a couple of them already, but I'm actually going to focus on just the options that we have. So we have the first one that is just retention. The retention is sent when an active client has not visited your business in a configurable number of days or months. The retention campaign is designed to keep your current clients motivated and engaged with your business. So that's exactly what this campaign does. I can't make it any more clear, right? So an active client obviously would be somebody that's still in your business. They're active, they're not deactivated or anything like that, but they just haven't came in, right? So what we want to do is we want to make sure that we set something up to remind them, hey, you know what? We have these awesome new classes. Don't forget to come in. Maybe we'll give them a little bit of incentive. Hey, maybe when you come in the next time, we'll give you maybe, let's say, a free towel or a free swag, right? Something to get them to come back into the business so that they don't forget about us, because we want to retain them. We don't want to lose these loyal customers. So we have that option there. The next one we have is few past visits remaining. So as it indicates, that is for our session passes. So sent when the client only has a few visits remaining on their pass. Again, this is configurable, right? You can say, hey, send this to the clients when they only have 2 passes left, because maybe now I want to remind them, hey, you only have 2 passes left, right? Don't forget to jump in on this nice, amazing promo that we have going on right now for you to purchase additional passes. Or hey, if you really like our classes, maybe you want to convert to a member, right? We want to be able to use these as an opportunity to get them to renew their passes, right? We don't want them to just use it up and then, kind of forget about us and they go, oh, you know what? I don't have any more passes. I'll think about it later and see if I want to come back, right? We want to take this as a chance to really be more proactive as opposed to reactive. So that's for the few past visits remaining. Next one is for a pass or a membership is expiring. So for this specific template, it is sent when the client's pass or membership is expiring. So obviously this will only apply if you have set up expiration dates or expiration periods on your session passes and or memberships. So this is, again, as a reminder, hey, just to let you know that your session pass or your membership is expiring. Again, take this chance, right? Hey, we have some amazing offers right now for you to actually renew onto the same membership. Or hey, we're offering special discounts right now for our members and our session pass holders to, let's say, maybe they purchased it at a discounted price. We're going to be able to keep that price for you, right? That's, again, a nice way to try to retain them. Again, this kind of, this section here is really thinking about client retention, right? We're trying to keep these clients here. So that's what this template is all about. Next one is upcoming pass or membership renewal. So this is for anybody that has a session pass or a membership that is set to auto renew. Maybe we just want to give them a nice reminder to let them know, hey, just to let you know that your auto renew is coming up. Maybe just giving them a nice reminder, because I know as a client myself, sometimes I forget that my renewal is coming up. Maybe I have changes that I wanted to make. Maybe I wanted to go on to a new membership, for example, right? Maybe my needs have changed based on what the studio can offer me. So I go, you know what, maybe instead of this membership, maybe I want to upgrade, right? So you want to let them know that, hey, it is upcoming. If you want to make any changes to your membership or your session passes, please, let us know, let's say 7 days ahead. So that's all configurable within this specific template as well. So these are your client retention templates. So moving on, we do have visit campaign. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. We have one template here, which is a visit campaign. And verbatim, I'm going to read this out. Sent after a client has attended a service after a specified period of time. So, this could be as a use case where maybe it's their first class that they came in for, right? We can say, hey, you know what? Thanks for coming. We really hope you enjoyed your time here. Here are maybe some special purchase options, such as memberships or session passes that we're offering right now. If you really enjoyed our class, please hop in and, take advantage of these deals. So this is to be sent to clients after they've attended a service, and you can specify the period of time for when you send this out. Again, the goal here is to really keep them engaged with their business after they visited us, right? We don't want to lose their business. We want them to convert them into an active member, active pass holder. This is a great way after they visit to remind them, hey, we do have these awesome deals going on, right? Let's take advantage of it. Join us, join our sessions. So we have the visit campaign here. And then last but not least, we do have the client win back here. So let's go ahead and expand this. And we have sent when a former client has not visited your business in a configurable number of days or months. The win back email allows you to attempt to re-engage with previous clients who no longer use your service. So former clients, let me go ahead and just go add here for a quick second. So I'm in a template right now, and what I wanted to focus on was after the email send rules. It'll say send email when the client hasn't booked or checked in an X amount of, which is configurable by you, days, months, or years. So that's what they mean by in terms of former client, is if they haven't booked or checked in based on this specific configurable number of days, months, or years that you've set up, we want to try to win them back, right? Again, with these marketing is really trying to be proactive in reaching out to our clients to, if they haven't been in here, I want my system to remind them what awesome classes, what awesome, deals, memberships, session passes that we have to offer to really try to win them back, right? And this is also a great way, like I said before, would be in previous chapters, is maybe, throw in some discount codes in there that only they can use, or maybe create some special purchase options directed just for them so that they get that value, right? To really get them back into our business, to really use our services. So we have these options here for us. And in terms of the automated marketing templates, that's all we have to cover that we can configure that will be sent out automatically. What I want to discuss next is in terms of creating multiple of the same marketing template, but targeted at different audiences, whether that may be based on their client type or their client group. Because if you recall, when we set up those email send rules, right, I can tell the system, send it to a specific client type or client group instead of everybody, right? So I'm just going to pick one here. This one here, send only to specific client types, send only to specific client groups, and which we've seen. So keeping in mind that this is just one of many templates for a class announcement that I can create. Like I said, right, maybe you have classes specific just for members versus maybe classes specific just for active pass holders, right? Maybe you have some different classes based on the tier of membership that they're on. You would definitely want to have that customization where different emails of the same template are being sent out to different clients, and then obviously the verbiage in it and the reason why you're sending it could be customized based on your audience, right? So in terms of this, that brings us to, where are client types and client groups? So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So to access that, we're going to go back into our setup. And then from here, we're going to go to the left-hand side where it says clients. And then we have two tabs here, client types and client groups. So client types, you most likely would have learned about while you were being onboarded already with us during your onboarding experience. So we have our pass holder types and our member types, and then we have our prospect type, right? So if you recall, these client types are associated with the purchases of a purchase option, right? We can set it up in the back end. When they buy this membership, I can say, hey, I want this system to automatically update the client's client type, let's say to active member, because they're buying a membership. Now they're active. I want them to be marked as an active member in the system as their client type. Or hey, when they buy a session pass, I want them to be marked as an active pass holder. So that's kind of where the client types all originate from. So This is pretty straightforward. Nothing too crazy about it. We already have default ones set in the system for active pass holder and inactive pass holder, active member, inactive member, and prospect. So those 5 are default in the system already. If you wish to add more, you have the flexibility to do that. If you want to have further customization, of assigning different client types based on what they purchase from you, keeping in mind that client types can only be set up to automatically update through a purchase option that they buy. It's not available through gift cards or products. Okay. So that's the first one, client types. So let's take a look at next, client groups. How do we set that up? So now we're within the client groups page. You can see on the very top, we can add client groups. We can add as many as we want. Right now in my current system, I have a couple here that's set up. I have, founding members, first 100 clients. I have seniors. I have staff members. I have clients under the age of 25, active purchase option, video access, online membership only. So these are things that we can set up. We can name it as we wish to. So let's first take a look at when we set it up. How that looks like. So let me go add a client group. So this is what comes up. I can name the group as I want to. And then for the queries, this is where we can set something up and have the system do what we call a client auto update. So that was something that you would have seen in the previous page. And actually, let me cancel back out to quickly show you. Is this option here, auto update. So if this is toggled on, what the system can do is, based on a set of specific queries that I've input into the system for that specific client group, if it matches with the client's criteria and what we've set up as a criteria, the system will automatically add those clients into the client group for us. Or in the case, let's say a client no longer meets the criteria that we've set up for that client group, the system will also automatically remove those specific clients from the group. So that's what this auto update is, comes in pretty handy for some scenarios that we have. Let's say, for example, I have one that I wanted to create a specific client group for just my clients who have video access online only, right? They don't come into class or whatnot. They're simply accessing my videos online for Vivid on demand. I want a specific group for that, and I've set up an auto update for that. So actually, let me just go into the action here, and let me just go edit the query so you can see how that looks like. So what I've set up here is specify criteria. So my specific criteria is they have an active purchase option, and it is the video access online membership 6 month, which is the name of the purchase option that I have. Now you can see that you can also add additional queries. Obviously, the more that you add, the more specific this is going to become. So just be mindful that the more that you add, it might not end up adding clients the way that you want to. So just be mindful of that. I would say always start a little bit more broad. And then maybe if it doesn't meet your demands, then maybe slowly introduce an additional query to see if that works for you. So this is just one example that I have here for the auto update. I'm going to cancel back out, and I'm going to go add a new client group again just to show you the other criteria that we have. So we have all these options, and these are actually pulled from our power searches, and I'll cover in a little bit what power searches are. But these are all the things that we can set up, right? Let's say based on their account balance, if they're achieved or not. Maybe I want one that's, if their account balance, let's say, is less than 0, meaning they owe us money. Maybe I want to create a group like this, right? So that I can send out targeted messages to them like, hey, just a quick reminder that, there is an outstanding balance on your account. Please reach out to the studio or log into your account online to pay off the remaining balance, right? This is something that I could do. And I can have the system automatically add these clients into this group for me if I have auto update enabled. So that's what the queries are. Again, like I said, it comes pretty handy for us depending on the situation here. So that's what this auto update is all about. If you want to learn more about this, we do have more details about what auto update is, how it works, any specifics of it on our knowledge base online. So please do take a look to refer to that. In terms of client count here, if there are any clients in there, you will actually be able to click on that number there to show the list of clients. So I'm actually just going to right click and open up in a new tab. And I can see now here, these are the clients that are within this specific client group that I have. You'll notice that if I try to remove from group here, it's actually not going to let me because this client cannot be removed from the client group because they meet the query criteria for the client group. And as long as I have this auto update enabled, I won't be able to manually add or remove clients because I'm telling the system to do the work. There's no reason for us to override this. So if you ever want to override this, you do have to turn off the auto update for you to do anything manually. Now, for the auto update, what the system will do is every morning, they will do one auto update for us once a day in the morning, like I said. But obviously, things change, right? Because you go, well, what if like midday I have more clients that purchase this and I want to know? That's okay. If you don't want to wait until the next day for the system to automatically update it, if you go within this page and you go under action, for example, click on the three dots, there is an option for you to update the clients, which will do that update for you. It'll run the query, see if there's any changes, remove or add clients as needed. So that's an update clients that you can perform manually if you want to, instead of waiting for that once a day where the system will do it for you automatically. And now relating back to why we originally talked about this was because through the automated marketing templates, we can send targeted emails to specific client types or client groups, even creating multiple templates. Let's say under client retention, I wanted to create multiple retention email templates, but I wanted them all to be different because it's based on different client types or client groups. This is where it's very handy for us to manage all these different client types and client groups in the back end. And then now I can utilize these specific client types and client groups for those automated marketing to make it more personalized based on, which group or which client type that they belong to. Next, what I want to talk about are client notifications. So aside from the automated marketing portion where we just covered, where we can interact with our clients, so on and so forth, we do have some automated client notifications that can be sent up from the system that can also help you retain your customers and also show them a sense of loyalty and, their special place with you in your business. So under setup and on the left hand side, if we go to notifications and then client notifications, which is the page that I'm currently on, if we scroll down, there is a section here called profile notifications. So the ones that I want to take a look at here are things like anniversary, which is sent to users every year on the date when they became members. And the next one would be client birthday, which is sent to the client congratulating them on their birthday. So those are kind of like nice little touches that you can do within your business to just, show the clients that you care, right? And they mean something to you. They're not just kind of one little thing in the sea of people that come to your business. So with that being said, these both of these are customizable. Again, they're under client notifications and not automated marketing. And if we go in here, edit the template, we can quickly take a look at the template itself. So there's really not much to set up here in terms of email send rules. Maybe you can say, hey, you know what, maybe I only want to send it to specific client types, client groups like we usually see. We can have that option. And if not, then we can go ahead and customize this template right here. And then if we cancel back out, let's take a look at the birthday one. And obviously the birthday one will work only if they have their birthdays inputted into the profile setup. So over here, same thing, we can go ahead and send it to specific client types or client groups. And scrolling down, we have the message itself on the email. And keeping in mind that we also have SMS and push notifications if it applies to your business, if your business uses those. Don't forget to enable these if you want to set these up to send as text messages and or push notifications. And now we're actually going to go back into our marketing templates. So under the app drawer, we're going to go to marketing. The next thing I'm going to talk about are custom email templates. Now, by now we've seen this page multiple times throughout the different training clips that we have, but we have not talked about the custom email templates yet. Now, the reason why I'm covering this in this specific portion is because these are ones that are not sent out automatically by the system. So to repeat, custom email templates do not have email send rules to allow the system to send them automatically. These are ones that you will have to send manually through the system. And now these are usually like one-off marketing templates that you have that maybe don't belong in any of these groups. Maybe it's just special promo that you're doing, right? Maybe like, let's say for example, here I have, right, a Halloween special that maybe I want to market it, but it doesn't really go well along with anything else, right? It's not really a class or event. I'm just having a Halloween special that I want to let people to know about. Great, you can use the custom email templates and then manually send it through the system through the client list reports. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So I'm just going to quickly scroll through. Obviously, there isn't much differences here, right? All the fields are there, the subject line and everything, all that good stuff. So with this specific one, you might have previously remember that we talked about source codes, right? So that's when you guys have maybe designed your templates outside of Wellness Living, but you want to use those pre-templates that you've created. You can always use the platform that you're on, that you designed the templates, and you can copy down the source code, right? The HTML, come into the Wellness Living template, click on these arrows, left and right arrows, which is the source code. And then what you can do is just remove everything that's here and do a quick copy paste from your third party designing tool, and then paste the HTML or the source code in here to implement that template, save it. And what it's going to do is going to go ahead and format this to the way that you designed it outside of the system based on the coding. Now, with these custom email templates, like I mentioned, they're usually kind of like one-off promotions that don't really fit any of the categories that we have in the system under marketing. So this is a great tool to do it, right? Again, you can create multiple of these templates. You can reuse them as you please. The only difference is that you might have noticed that there is, again, no option to automatically send out. Okay, so that's a key thing to remember. Now, you may go, well, then in this case, if I have this already, then how would I go about emailing this if it doesn't get sent out automatically? So you might have learned this throughout your onboarding process, but what we can do is we can actually go to the clients list. And whether you do it through this clients list or you go into reports, and then from reports you go to the all clients report, what you can do is first of all filter by who you want to send this to, right? Maybe you have the power searches. So if I click on power search really quickly, these are things that we can go ahead and set up so that they're searches that we save that we can repeatedly use on all the reports, across all the reports, right? Maybe I always want to have one that's maybe for age, for people that are, let's say greater than or equal to age 25, because that's a specific market group that I want to market to. Great, you can save this as a power search, and I can quickly do this. Age 25 plus, right? I can share this with everyone, save it. Now that's a power search that I can always enable or disable on the side on all my reports. So if you guys recall, we actually saw this in the client groups area as well when we're setting up queries. So that's about power search, right? You can set up as many as you want. You can share with people, share it based on their staff roles. But coming back to how to send this custom email template out. So the goal here was to find out how to send these emails out. So you can use a power search to filter who you want to, or you can go ahead and use the advanced filters, right? So all these are available on this report to find the clients that you want to send this to. And obviously, if you want to send it to everybody, right, then where's this applied filters? You'll probably want to make sure that there are no applied filters so that it goes to everybody. Okay. So again, be specific, right? Who you want to market to. Go ahead and either use your power search or your advanced filters to do it. And let's say, for example, you do want to send it to these people. You can go ahead and click on the square on the top, which is actually going to select everybody on this specific page. So as you can see, right? Now, if I scroll back to the very top, you will notice that there is selected users 50, and there's 50 on current page. Now, if you have more than one page worth of clients, what you can do is you can actually go ahead and go select all records from all pages, and it'll show you like how many pages there are. And what it's going to do, instead of you having to go, page 2, page 3, and repeat these steps to send it out, you can just say select all records from all pages. It's now going to go ahead and select everyone else that's on this report, and you'll see now there are 83 users instead of 50, even though there are 50 on the current page. Now, once you've selected who you want to send this email to, on the top, you'll see the option for quick contact. So we'll go ahead and click on this. And then we have the option to send it as a mail, SMS, or push. Now, because it is an automated email that we have created, we want to make sure we go to mail. And then from here, it's going to go ahead and let us know whether maybe some of the users don't have the right settings enabled, right? Maybe they turn off some notification. We can see that pop up as well, which is great. So with that aside, let's say we want to choose the Halloween special template that we have. We can go ahead and go select a template, and then we can go ahead and select which one we want to use specifically. So from here, right, we'll choose the one that's for the Halloween special because we named it as such as the template name. So we can go ahead and select the one we wanted to choose, and then it'll bring over all the settings and the email template that we set up in the backend over to here. And we simply have to go ahead and click on the send to send it out to the clients we've selected. Now, I do want to point out that there are two options on the top here under setup. The first one is track as campaign. And if I hover over the little information icon, it'll say track this email as part of a campaign. to view the details of your campaigns, see the email SMS category under reports. So if you turn this on, what it'll actually allow you to do is track this campaign to see how well it's done, right? Are people receiving this? Are people opening it? So that's a great way for us to actually go back into one of our available reports to track it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and send this in right now so that when we get to the portion of looking at reports, we have the same information to look at. So I'll just put here, let's say Halloween special, and let's say it's for 2022. Sure, we have that. Great. And then we also have the option to send to each profile. So again, if I hover over the little information icon, when this option is set to on, one email will be sent to each profile in the selected list, even if two profiles share an email address. So this is common. Let's say maybe a mother and a daughter, they share the same email address, right? But we still want each of them to get the same email, even though it's the same email address. But technically speaking, in the system, they're two profiles, right? So if we want each of them to get an email, we can set it, because keep in mind, if there's any variables that are customizable, let's say full name, right? So maybe instead of like just to mom, we're addressing both the mom and the daughter, right? Again, that personalization is there, but some people may go, well, it's kind of overkill because, we're sending it to the same email anyways. Likely the one person will be receiving it. So, I mean, again, it's entirely up to you, your decision, but we do have that option for you to select if needed. So once it's all ready, if you're ready to send it, like I said, you can go ahead and send. You can also make last minute changes on here. And I do want to note that any changes that you make on here on this page will not affect the template that you've set up in the backend. It'll just be one-time changes, but the template that you set up in the backend under automated marketing will remain the same. So once we're ready, let's go ahead and click on send. And then we'll now see email has been sent. And that is it in terms of power search and custom email templates. So let's go ahead and move on to the next section. And now we've transitioned back to a view of the client. So right now I'm logged in as a client on the client web app, and I'm under a profile. And for my profile, I've gone under the notifications. So this specific part, I just wanted to point out that it is very easy for your clients to opt out or opt into your communications with the business. So we definitely give them the flexibility of that, right? So we have 3 sections here for schedule and reminders related emails, which is notifications related to the services that they have booked, account management, so any notifications related to their account, and then news and updates, which is notifications related to news and updates from the business regarding their services, availability, and promotions. So these are the settings that clients are able to, freely log into their account, enable or disable as they wish. And you can see that there is an option for email and SMS as well, SMS being text messages. So that's always there available for them. And to add on any emails that you send, there is an option at the bottom of the footer to allow them to unsubscribe from that email, which will bring them to a similar link that looks like this, where they can unsubscribe and subscribe to future emails from your business as well. So we do have that flexibility for all your clients to do so, and staff members can also manage this from there and on behalf of clients.